The 119th Infantry Regiment traces its lineage to North Carolina National Guard units formed in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Composed initially of citizen soldiers drawn from towns and rural counties across the state, the regiment embodied the spirit of a local militia, disciplined, resilient, and deeply connected to its communities. In 1917, as the United States entered World War I, the regiment was federalized and assigned to the newly formed 30th Infantry Division, also known as the Old Hickory Division. The division took its name from President Andrew Jackson, reflecting toughness and determination. From the outset, the 119th Infantry Regiment underwent rigorous training, adapting civilian volunteers into professional soldiers. They learned marksmanship, trench warfare, small unit tactics, and the essentials of coordinating with artillery and support units, preparing them for the brutal realities of modern industrial war in Europe. The regiment deployed to France in 1918, entering a front that had been carved from years of trench warfare. Their first major test came at the Hindenburg Line, Germany's strongest defensive fortification. The regiment faced deep trenches, reinforced bunkers, extensive barbed wire, and a determined enemy. Over successive assaults, the 119th displayed tactical flexibility and unyielding resolve. They combined coordinated infantry advances with artillery barrages, engineered breaches in enemy defenses, and maintained momentum under relentless fire. The regiment's actions contributed to the breakthrough that helped end the stalemate on the Western Front, a critical step toward Allied victory. After the armistice on the 11th of November 1918, the regiment returned to the United States. Its soldiers carried the lessons of trench warfare, combined arms coordination, and small unit initiative, lessons that would shape the unit in World War II. Following World War I, the 119th Infantry Regiment returned to its roots in the North Carolina National Guard. The interwar years were marked by peacetime training, organizational changes, and modernization programs. Soldiers honed their skills in marksmanship, field exercises, and mechanized operations, preparing for a future that would demand greater mobility and firepower. When global tensions escalated in 1940, the regiment was federalized once more, joining the 30th Infantry Division in anticipation of the United States' eventual entry into World War II. Training intensified, amphibious landings, coordination with armored units, and night operations became central to their preparation. In June 1944, following the D-Day landings, the 119th Infantry Regiment arrived in Normandy. Unlike the initial assault waves on the beaches, they were tasked with advancing inland through the infamous French hedgerows, dense earthen embankments that concealed German positions and turned every field into a defensive fortress. The regiment faced machine gun nests, minefields, and counterattacks at every turn. They participated in the Battle for St. Lo, one of the most strategically important and costly operations of the Normandy campaign. Their persistence helped shatter German defensive lines, enabling Allied forces to break out from the Normandy beachhead and advance into northern France. With the hedgerows behind them, the 119th Infantry Regiment engaged in a rapid advance across northern France. The regiment liberated towns, captured crossroads, and seized key logistical points, often pursuing retreating German forces under constant threat of ambush or counterattack. The momentum was relentless. Soldiers crossed rivers, captured enemy-held villages, and secured transportation hubs essential for sustaining the Allied advance. Their endurance under continuous combat forged a reputation for reliability and aggression. In December 1944, German forces launched a surprise counteroffensive in the Ardennes, the Battle of the Bulge. The 119th Infantry Regiment was rapidly deployed to critical defensive positions in Belgium and Luxembourg. Facing harsh winter weather, limited supplies, and numerically superior enemy forces, the regiment held its ground. They conducted defensive maneuvers, repelled attacks, and launched counterattacks that helped stabilize the front. Their actions were pivotal in preventing German forces from splitting Allied lines, marking a decisive contribution to the eventual failure of the offensive. After the Bulge, the 119th resumed the offensive. They participated in the crossing of the Roer River, overcoming heavily fortified German positions. In early 1945, they crossed the Rhine River, entering Germany's heartland and facing stiff resistance in urban and industrial areas. The regiment captured key towns, neutralized pockets of enemy resistance, and pressed forward toward final victory. By May 1945, the 119th Infantry Regiment had helped bring the European theater to a close, having fought in some of the war's most grueling operations. Following World War II, the 119th returned to the North Carolina National Guard, continuing to serve as a training and readiness unit. The regiment's lineage persisted through reorganizations, maintaining traditions and esprit de corps while adapting to new Army doctrines. Soldiers of the 119th carried forward lessons from two world wars: teamwork, courage under fire, and the ability to accomplish difficult objectives despite adversity. Across two world wars, the 119th Infantry Regiment became synonymous with courage, determination, and relentless action. From storming the Hindenburg Line in World War I to breaking through Normandy's hedgerows and holding the line during the Ardennes in World War II, the regiment's history is defined by its ability to meet and overcome the most formidable challenges. Today, its legacy endures in the National Guard and in the soldiers who wear its insignia, a living tribute to over a century of service.